Yo, it's Jay. If you don't know me, now you do. Just like you are you, I am me. And just like I am me, you are you. I know I haven't made a video in a while. I got a fresh haircut. My hair is just messed up right now. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not here for the looks, bro. I'm here to give you a message. A good message, too. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. But it's crazy. Because if you know me, I make music. And I hope you guys listen to it, you know. I make music for you guys. If you don't know, now you knew. My music's on all platforms, by the way. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. You can find me everywhere, so you don't even have to pay for it. Just go listen to it. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I really want, like, bruh, if you know me, I make conscious music. I make conscious music for the collective. You see what I'm saying? I talk about real shit. I talk about real life things that are going on to, like, tap into yourself, to be aware, to, you know, find yourself and your truth and who you are. I'm tired of walking around. Let me sit down. But yeah, I make music, you know, that is conscious. It opens your subconscious to, you know, realize, you know, who you are as a person. And I was performing the other night, right? And I was performing at a new spot, you know, because I just wanted to, you know, perform. I haven't performed in like a month. So I'm like, I bet I'm going to perform. And I was looking good. I was looking really good. I was feeling good. And I get on stage, and I didn't perform first. I performed like the second group. So I basically, you know, peeped out the energy to see, you know, how people was really moving, how people was really feeling. Everybody was chill. I start singing, right? And it's so funny because you can really see who's aware of certain things and frequencies. And a lot of people are not tapped in. And, you know, my music is very strong. It has a powerful message. It has a punch. Like, I want you to think while you're listening to it, because that's what music's for, telling a story. Everybody tells me when I make my music, oh, you telling a story, blah, blah, blah. That's, our ancestors used to tell stories. Everybody, you know what I mean? When you're making music, you should be telling a story. You know, whether it's good or bad, that's up to you. What frequency you want to put out. But I never want to lead people astray. I always want to, you know, better myself and better others, you know, because that's what I'm here for. You know, you should be here to better other people, not, you know, bring anybody down. We already had enough of that growing up. We had enough of that just in general. So I tried to, you know, rise the frequency. And I'm singing. And I just wanted to make this video because it's, like, funny. And so I'm singing, and I'm looking around, and I could visually see who is tapped into the frequency and who's just like, what the heck is going on? Like, what is he saying? What is he talking about? And it's crazy. It's cool to see different perspectives, because when I got done singing, I really saw who really resonated with my music and who really didn't. And it's not that they didn't like it. It's not that they had any bad, like, they didn't say nothing. But it was just the fact of the matter where the people that did come up to me, there was a few people that came up to me and was like, yo, like, you was really singing, you was really talking. And I could really see who understand and who don't understand. And it's okay if you're not understanding, you know, certain things, because everybody has a time and a place for everything. Everybody's not at the same level. But it shows me where people actually are at. You see what I'm saying? And it shows me where I'm at. You know what I mean? It's like a reflection. You know what I mean? And that's why I love people. That's why I love, you know, growth, and I love music, because it really shows you, especially frequency-wise, like, where people are at. And so it was funny because I looked at people, and people were just not spaced out, but they were everybody was looking at me. But it was just like, there were some people that were just like, you know, that look of confusion. And it shows me that I'm doing something right, because you're listening to me, but you don't understand what you're comprehending. And the comprehension makes you want to actually understand. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I make these videos. I make these videos to help people understand that, you know, we do not know everything. I do not know everything. And that's good not to know everything, because you can always learn. You can always be better. You can always find yourself more and more and more and more and more and more. But we tend to not want to, because we're scared of not knowing. You see what I'm saying? We're scared of not knowing. Why are you scared of not knowing when you can know? You just choose not to know because you feel like if you do, you're not going to be able to understand the information. To understand and understand information, you have to try, and you also have to go back to knowledge. You also have to research knowledge, and you can't take everybody's words for truth, because there's a lot of people that will lie to you. So you really have to go within and figure out if this is what is meant for you. And I love music because it teaches you that, you know, you don't need, like, it teaches you where people are at, and then also you can connect with people through music. I've connected with so many people through music, met so many different people through music, and we're all different, bro. We're all we're all in the same collective of changing vibration, and some people are at a lower vibration, and some people are at a higher vibration, and it's cool to see, you know, like I said, just where people are at. But it's funny because, you know, this performance really showed me, you know, where I'm going and where I want to go. You know, I only serve the Most High, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, we only serve the Most High on the collective, on this channel. We only go up. You see what I'm saying? We're not focused on the past, because the past is not gonna get you anywhere. And so I think it's just cool. I think it's cool to, like, you know, be, you know, an artist and help people understand. And that's why, like, I make these videos. But most of my knowledge and most of what I'm really saying is in my music. That's why I tell you guys to go listen to my music, because, you know, you won't understand what I'm saying if you, not saying if you don't listen to my music, but if you don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a YouTuber first and a musician last. I'm a musician. I've been singing since I was 4. I've been making music for a long time. I'm 20. I'm about to be 24. So it's definitely in the pudding. That's what they say, right? I forgot the saying. Something in the, you know what I'm saying. Anyway. But yeah. So consciously, you know, to understand things is vibrational. You are a vibrational being. You are a magnetic being. You are a soul that has so many feelings, and your aura is who you are. We see the flesh as who we are, but that's not who we are. The flesh is just to get us around, to navigate to where we need to go, to ground us. You see what I'm saying? Because our spirit floats. Our bodies defy gravity. You see what I'm saying? Our bodies are sink into gravity, keep us stuck on the ground. But in order to know who you are, you want to go into your aura. You want to go into your force field to understand who you actually are, to know what colors you actually emit, to know what frequency you actually resonate with. Because we're so forced to listen to frequencies that do not align to us, and then we're wondering why we're all depressed, sad, and all messed up in the game. And that's what I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change the frequency. I'm trying to. And that's good. Trying is, the reason why I said trying again is because we all need to keep trying. Once you stop trying, you don't grow. You don't evolve. And what are we here for if we don't evolve? If we don't grow, we're just complacent. That complacentness leads you to being stuck. That stuck feeling leads you to being depressed. That depressed feeling makes you feel miserable. That miserable feeling makes you feel angry. That angry feeling makes you feel sadness. That sadness feeling makes you feel helpless. That helpless feeling makes you feel stuck. And when you feel stuck, you don't want to help people. You don't want to evolve. You don't want to grow. You don't want to put out the best vibration you possibly can. And then you wonder why you can't manifest anything. Everything is a cycle. Everything is a rhythmic tune. That's why our ancestors, or my ancestors, used drums to vibrationally match the heart chakra, to emit a vibration and frequency that elevated not only their spirit but their consciousness. That's why they use their feet to ground themselves, to lift up their soul to a higher vibration. Because in reality, that's why we're here. We're not here to conform to this world. God said, do not live for this world. Do not live for people. Do not serve a man. Live to elevate your spirit, to evolve to a better state of mind. And then you will actually be able to see. When you see, you're not seeing with these eyes. You're seeing with this antenna. But in order to even see with this antenna, you have to believe that you can go to this level. Seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. So once you believe and you feel the vibration, right, you will be able to align with that vibration, which is higher than yourself, and you'll be able to hear what's around you. And that's where frequency comes in. Because once you start to see and hear what is around you, you will realize how to discern where you want to go and where you don't want to go. I deleted my music playlist, and you're like, what, you were just talking about music, bro? Because I realized that the frequencies that I was listening to were not aligning to where I wanted to go. They were at a lower frequency, keeping me bound, and I was hearing the negative frequency, even though I wanted to go positive. You can't counteract. It's like if you want to go up, you can't go. You can't serve two masters. So you have to be very vigilant about where you want to go. And this is why I say understand who you are, because once you understand and hear and visualize and see, you will understand that everything is programmed for you to either go up or down. You have the control, but if you don't ever understand awareness, you will think that you have no control. And that's what they want you to think. But everything is a choice. You listen to the music, you eat the food, you go out, you hang around with certain people, you have a job that you don't like, you're everything is a choice. You feel forced to do that because you don't know any other way. But why not understand a different way by actually understanding who you are and the frequency you want to emit? You don't want to because it seems hard. It is hard, but it's not as hard as you think if you actually understand where you want to go. Because when you understand where you want to go, it actually seems viable because you believe it now. But before you didn't believe, so it felt impossible. The belief is what fuels the fire. The belief and the faith is what fuels the fire, because it's not only you doing it, it's the Most High helping you get to that point of consciousness and that point of decision making. But you can't make a decision if you don't know where you want to go. That's why you feel stuck, and that's why you can't make the decisions you want, because you don't know what you want. And I was in the same place. I didn't know what I wanted. I was hanging around with the wrong people. I was smoking, I was doing drugs, I was all this stuff. I wasn't actually doing hardcore drugs, but I was smoking. And I feel like smoking is a drug too, because it's just like makes you so unmotivated. And we need motivation. We also need determination. We also need discipline. And we need structure. And we need freedom. And we need solitude. And we need all these things to correlate with each other. Coraline. That's funny. If you know that movie, I haven't watched that movie in years. But anyway. I know I was saying a lot of things. I was kind of all over the place, but if you understand, you'll get it. And I just feel like a lot of people are going to start finding themselves, especially since it's going to be next year. We just had the Mercury retrograde. We just had a full moon, December 4th, and it was a Scorpio full moon, which is crazy because now we're going into, I think, Capricorn. And Capricorn is about structure and about getting your life together. So that's why I'm making this video, because I know that you want to tune into who you are. You just don't know where to go. And I'm telling you that it's not as hard as you think. You just got to vibrationally feel energy and start listening to your intuition. Your intuition is also a frequency. It also has feeling. And that feeling is a vibration that you're not listening to. Anyway, stay safe, unity, peace, love to everybody, and we're out.